Yo, yo, yo. How's it going? Thursday. It's Thursday. It is the Thursday. It's crazy stuff, man. It is crazy stuff. But it's fantastic. That means one more day. Making zombie noises, yeah. It's one of those days, isn't it? How's it going, Chilstrad? How's it going? How's it going? Atski, Captain Boss! How's it going? My man, Captain Boss. The booze. Or is it Captain Booze? Like, was it the... What's that? Mouge Bouge? Is that the, like, some restaurant thing? A Mouge Bouge? The appetizer, right? Isn't that called something like that? Hey Amir, hey, you better rest, Chilstrand. Rest up and drink lots and lots of liquids. Drink ginger lemon, homemade ginger lemon honey tea. In bucket loads of it, and rest and you'll get right back. Hey Rags, how's it going, man? Good morning, Miller. Smuggled alcohol? I mean, yeah, I think it's more or less the idea is a mouth-sized appetizer. That it's supposed to be a palate cleanser. Like cucumber. You know. Hey Quentin, Zielin. Okay, give me some topics. Throw me some topics, man. Throw me some topics, man. Hey man. I want to draw something. You better give me something to draw. Ogre-sized appetizer. Outcast dragonfly. A Bruno Romanos. Zombie fever. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Panda Knight. Ooh. But I have drawn Panda Robot. But now we got Panda Knight. Thanks for the host, Gearsart. Alright, we got some topics. Let's do a Google dice roll. Octopuss eating cupcakes. What the? Number 5. Oh no. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miller Finn. Octopuss eating cupcakes is the topic of the day. What have you done, Miller? What have you done, Miller Finn? Octopuss eating cupcakes by Miller Finn. What have you done? Look what you have done. Look at what you have done. Alright, timer. Let's get it on. Let's start it. Octopuss eating cupcakes. Octopuss eating cupcakes. Alright. So, what I saw, I'll sketch it up quickly on a separate layer. Octopus seen from below, tentacles kind of swooshing down like this, holding a picnic basket with cupcakes. That's the game plan. No, Miller, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just kidding. I to have something to say or whatever, just being an idiot. Hey, good morning, Arian. How's it going? Morning. Right, so that's the game plan. Let's go. Hey, Cold Burger Art. Thanks for the host, man. Alright, let's go. Game plan. Timer's on, yes. Okay, so tentacles, swooshing. Like so. Like so. Let's flip it. So compositionally it's not ridiculously bad. Hey, Voodoo Breakfast. How's it going, man? Good morning. Okay, so we got a tentacle there. Let's say we have a tentacle over there. We got let's put something in the background. Picnic basket. Something in the lines like so, with cupcakes in it. All right. Not massive fan of the composition. Let's tweak it. Boing. So we want the cupcake to be higher up. A little bit more action, maybe. God damn it, that's hot coffee. So squid, octopus, but octopus then means obviously 8 legs. Let's just have some. I'm not gonna count them. I mean, you a big fan of sweets? Personally, I'm not a fan at all about sweets. I don't care when there's like cake or cupcakes or donuts or things like that. It's just not for me. Maybe this cupcake basket could have like a post. What's it called? Tag. Gift basket. Hey Tormod, how's it going? Well, very nice to have you here this fantastic morning. So, how was everyone's yesterday? Is you guys starting to become nervous about the deadline on Sunday? Are you starting to become finished? I see a lot of thumbnails on Discord, but very, very few finished paintings. I think Sayart is the only one currently who posted a final, or close to being a final. Everyone else is kind of, well, there's one or two more that looks almost finished, but there's a lot of unfinished ones. You could put a Bob Sponge. Do you mean SpongeBob? Like jumping. Yeah, maybe. Chilson, maybe that's why you're sick. Too much sugar. Hey, Eternal Lady. Yeah, you missed the topic. But don't you worry. There is tomorrow as well. So you can make a note out of it, and we'll deal with it. Maybe you'll get lucky and you can deal with it tomorrow. So what I'm gonna try, I've been playing around with like layer settings lately. It's a really nice way of getting texture information without redoing a lot. I talked about this before, and overlay and using a 20% gray or something, you can really get, like, you see, this is full power, and that's what you get. But if you just like do a little bit with an overlay layer, especially when you're doing it in the grayscale phase, you can definitely get some really nice like textural elements. I mean, you could do this as well in the when the painting is more finished. It's it's it just enhances the look and feel, I find, um, of what's already been established, and you can give that a little bit more of that artistic. Like, look at my fantastic brushstrokes. Atsuki, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Looking forward to see it. Looking forward to see it. You gonna paint some now, Chilsrand? I like what I'm hearing. I like it. I like it. Bruno Romanos, you're a bit late. Uh, It would be a shame if you would lose it. Lose your winning streak. I'm. You know what I do? What I think? I have a sneaky suspicion that a lot of in the grace rounds, there's not going to be submissions. Not everyone who's lost uh, gonna try in the grace rounds. So whoever's in the grace rounds, I think you'll have. There's gonna be a lot of walkovers. Dirty paws, right? All right, cool, 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 man. Chilson, you broke it. Yeah, you can. You can. If you move this rubber, you can. If you pull the rubber back, you can access the inside of it. You know, like if you move it. I won't recommend it though because there's a chip inside in the body of it. It's just a chip, but you can. But don't. Did you break, Chilsran? Did you break the structure of the pen? If you didn't break the structure, then you can just put the rubber back. I have accidentally opened it before. Um, but one good thing about Wacom pens is that you can just use another one. If you see any other Wacom pen lying around, you can just use that one. Sucks though if you're home and that's your only pen. But I think all tablets are backwards compatible with their pen. So you can't go up in version, but you can go down in version with pens. Yeah, that man strength. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. One time, uh, I broke my pen when I was living in Sweden, um, and there was a deadline coming. So what I had to do was order order a new pen online and pay like UPS courier. Uh, so I got it. I think the same day or the day after, and and the career, I had to go like to the main road, the big road, you know, like where all the cars are going fast. And the career came, kind of just stopped at the main road. I took the pen, and the career just like blasted off, and I kind of ran home to wrap up the contract. It cost me a lot of money, but I also made a lot of money due to it because of finishing the contract. But yeah, it was a shitty deal. Oh no, Amir. That sucks, man. The most interesting thing though, um, that only that one time my pen broke, and it has never ever happened again. Touch wood. Famous last words. Now, of course, everything is gonna break just because I talked about it. A voodoo breakfast. Oh yeah, yeah. I would have lost way more. Um, so obviously, it was like, oh shit. All right, let's pay ridiculous amount of career fee and quick delivery to get it. To get it, there was no question about it. I had to do it, but it sucked. It didn't feel nice to do. You just had to do it. How dare you, phone? You can paint with a razor part. That's true, but the razor part has really bad fidelity. You can use spaghetti. Yeah, but that's that's not good at all for the surface that you paint on. You got a nerve disease. Yeah, but you know, in these stands that you get, there are nibs inside, right? You know that. Yeah, you shouldn't open your Wacom pen. Um, it's not a good idea. Jacob, are you sarcastic or did you didn't actually know? Because you know I didn't know either until I found out by accident. And the same thing like the Cintiqs in the stand, the heavy stand of the Cintiqs. There are all display cables that you need locked inside. You can just open the stand and there's HDMI, there's DVI, there's COM. All of the cables is inside there. These nibs. Yeah, man, there is a difference in the nibs. There is the gray ones are they have a spring in them, and there's also feedback nibs that have like a coating, so that it has more resistance that you painting on the surface. Then there are the standard plastic ones. But for me, I've never used those like fancy stuff. I just use standard. Orion, you like those? I kind of like them. I tried them a little bit, but I tend to just go with the black standard ones for the Cintiq. But I think that's also I think depending on what pen you have, there's different tips, nibs. I think. I mean, there's the light gray ones and black ones. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not keen at all on the spring nibs. I try them, and for me, it just felt like what's the purpose? Just felt awkward. But maybe I should try. Maybe I just I wasn't elite enough when I tried it last time. It was quite a while back, so. We're out of time. Halfway. Gotta focus on the focal point, at least, a little bit more. You know, cupcakes. Let's flip it. Ah, not too bad. Not too bad. I thought it would be worse. Man, I've been designing all sorts of things lately. And it's so much fun to design, but sometimes jumping between styles can be so tricky. You really I really have to take a step back and think about process when you switch styles. Otherwise, the work I do is just going to look the same but rendered slightly differently. So when I switch styles, I really need to think, okay, foundation up needs to be altered, not just some slightly bigger shapes and so on. Because if you don't change the whole approach, it's gonna look very, very similar to everything else. Not gonna make it stylistically different. But like I was saying, I've been designing creatures and so on, and doing some posters and so on, both freelance and for work. And it's really good fun. I think personally doing outsourcing is I'd say is the most enjoyable work I've done comparatively to being in-house. But I think the situation that outsourced studios are in, the successful ones, are for me the ideal. Like, you don't need to be in the studio of the client, but you're also you're outsourcing studio per se. So you have artists, you have regular people, but you're also freelancing in a way. For me, that you don't need to do the whole all the discussions when it comes to projects between all the leads, and they can just they can do all the discussing and arguing about what's the right move, and you just get the result of their arguing rather than taking part in a lot of the decision making. And that's for me one of the fun things about outsourcing, is that you get to do a lot of the fun stuff. For me personally, I mean, some people love the discussions. Some people love, the whole team aspect of it. I think at the moment, I'm really enjoying the outsourcing. I was thinking back about my days at Sega and so on. Like all in all, it's a cool experience to have, working in a studio, like on one game for a few years. It takes a specific kind of effort to finish something of that scale, like every day for 2-3 years. Pushing the game forward. It's not easy, but it also it can be boring. Jacob Mobley, yeah, that's why they have it, because everyone draws differently with those names. Hey, Urban Drawer, how's it going? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Urban is also another name in Nordic countries, and you say it Urban. So you could be Urban, Urban Drawer, and not Urban. You got the art pen for the rotation. That was pretty cool. Örjan, yeah, it's nice. It's kind of nice. As long as you get input, right? That's why I love freelancing through outsourcing in that sense. Like outsourcing a studio is freelance per se. They are plug and play teams for art, right? But I also love the fact that it's a team doing that. So you get the team aspect of learning together at the same time as your plug and play for clients. And for personally, that's like really enjoyable. 6 minutes left. I mean, oh yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I mean, having team meetings and discussing about the direction of a project and so on can definitely be fun and exciting and rewarding and all that things. But you also don't have those toxic meetings where you just walk away angry. Because they will happen. And they do occur. And a lot of it you're free from. But you also get your own issues when being an outsource agent, I guess, is you're out of the loop. You don't have a say in the meetings, you know. So the only thing you can do is affect them by your art and the way you perform it, and to some degree, like externally affect the direction of a meeting. But it's never ever you're out of the loop, which for good and bad. You get handed this document saying this is what we need, do it, and you tick the boxes. Client is happy, and you wash your hands and walk away, and until they get the next step of work. Örjan, yeah, but the thing with like showing friends is the whole thing like we kind of touched upon on Beer Bros, like a few times when I've been there, is like it's not the same, and people are always scared of telling the truth, even in a studio, but even more so freelancing. And you're never going to get the same in-depth feedback as being in the same team from a dedicated person who's there to one of the like, for example, like one of my work requirements, or like how to put it, like my role as lead artist at Opus, which is on paper, you know, that says on paper, is internal feedback and quality assurance, so that any artist working with us, you know, I look at their art, where when they need help, you know, help them boost their skill set, and give them pointers, and you know, making sure that we are all getting towards the same level of quality, that the work we send out is more or less homogeneous to the quality level. I mean, everyone obviously is not at the same place, and everyone needs to learn different things, but you don't get that from your critique friends. Not at all. And I've never experienced that with any online friendship in regards to feedback. The amount of feedback is just superficial. You know, like I would do this, the biggest issue, solve this issue, and it's not the same as someone dedicated to sit and you know, they're one of the requirements for them being there is to help other people. For example, an in-house art director or a lead artist in a studio, their job is to look at all the work being produced and help fill the gaps or correct the gaps, and so on. You're never going to get that if you a bunch of friends, you know. Orion, yeah, that's an issue as well. You got to layer everything that way. I mean, or Orion, for example, feedback friends. If you have a really good friends that are able to give feedback correctly, and not just someone giving you their point of view, can be even counterproductive. I mean, superficial feedback from people online is great. You know, don't get me wrong. It's really really good when people give their point of view, but it's not directly work work enhancing. It gives you a different point of view, and thus you can question your own decisions being made, and then you know it could enhance the picture. Yeah, getting feedback is great, but getting feedback in terms of this is what you need to correct, you know, accurately, is completely different from someone giving you their 2 cents, in even though it's elaborate 2 cents, you know, like their own paint over, or what how they would change it. Is very different. And I'd be a little bit careful relying on friends for feedback. Not to shit on your setup, but I would be scared. I would be a little bit cautious. Yeah, and relying on that, you know, there not to be an asshole and not thinking about anyone in particular, but relying on their incompetence in that sense. I'm not being specific here again for someone, or in your case at all, just in general. You know, that can be quite counterproductive. Yeah, I don't know why I'm shitting on that so much. Whatever. Disregard it. It's good stuff. Keep doing it. Just be wary. Be careful about it. All right. Time's up. This is what came out of it. Let's do a quick color pass to make it look murky. Let's see. Let's do like so. So let's. I want to put yellow in those darks, so we get that subnautical dirt feel, shitty water feel. Color. Ding dong, ding dong. One last thing. Let's see if I can make it. Let's do it like this, like that. Hopefully. That's pretty nice. I want just a gradient change to that's pretty nice. Anyways, time's up. Cracking on a picnic, yeah. Thanks everyone for joining in. Have a fantastic day. Good night. If you're at that end of the world, let's see if who we should host. Let's go back to Jimmy the Brush. Let's see what he's doing. So everybody jump on there, give him some follows. He seems like a cool guy. Catch you tomorrow at the same time. You guys are fantastic. Here comes the outro. Bye.